Got that one almost done?
Oh, 5.
How early did you hit that Starbucks this morning?
Not that early.
Wait, did anybody go to bed last night? By the way, it's the Mike in the Mountain. I'm Brian Gary.
Scott Cisco.
And welcome. Welcome to a day of exhaustion. Now, we record this. We have one day a week where we record the podcast, and it happens to be the day after the election. And right. I think I can speak for the entire country when I go,
No, I agree. And what I'm reading on, man, it's not even the entire country. It's the world.
Oh, they're all tired of hearing about us. Seriously. Everybody's like, would they just get their crap together? But you know, this is it's gonna play out for days to come. Mm-hmm. It will, and it could be court battles that come into this and all that, but I would just, I had this hope that no matter who is declared the winner, that everyone would just mellow out, breathe it, and accept it. And that's the way it is with any contest, and it should be. When there's an athletic competition or any other competition, when you were in school in a spelling bee, or there was anything, you competed, and then somebody won and somebody lost. And you all accepted it and you moved on. Now, I have gone through, I don't know how many presidential elections in my lifetime. And every time I have a feeling one way or the other of who I would like to win. But whether that happens or not, I still wake up the next day. I'm still an American. I'm still in my same bed. And I still generally have the same problems I had the day before that are going on. So
they didn't go away, did they?
They don't go away.
But the sun did come up.
It did. It is out today.
It's out.
And although if you just look at what people are posting and what people are saying, there is still so much doom and gloom that no matter who is declared the winner, the other people are just absolutely decimated. My wife took the dog to the groomer today, and the gal was crying in there.
Really?
Because she had a fear that her candidate was not going to win. Wow. And was just, what's it going to happen? What's going to happen? And, it's what happens every 4 years.
It is, but
somebody
Brian,
else takes over.
I've been through a few myself, and can you ever remember a time that it has been so blatantly obvious that how much division our U.S. is in? I mean, dude, it is, I don't feel like there's no middle ground here, man. I mean, there is...
No, there's no fence riding. It's one team or the other. No,
dude, there is some serious division going on, man. I mean, this ain't like your football game. This ain't like this is a totally different vibe going on, man.
I just wonder if in past history there was this kind of difference, there was this kind of divide, and we didn't know it because we didn't have social media. I know in the past, you would spend 30 years with somebody as your friend and never once really had any idea where their stance was on something. And I think that was a healthier friendship. I mean, there were some things that are better just kept, with that. Now there is nobody. I'm always afraid to let my political voice be heard because when you are in the public eye, if you then are not in line with what somebody thinks, you are out of their realm. You are absolutely gone. You have to be in if people knew what their mechanic, what their doctor, what these people felt politically, would it change the way that they went and did that? Probably.
Well, no, you're right, man. You're right. You bring up a good point, man. There is division. There's division in families.
Oh.
There's families disowning families. And something I want to bring, I really want to know James's opinion on this. Because me and James listen, we have our differences. We have our differences.
We are very different.
But and the point Brian just brought up with not knowing where we stand and whether that needs to be known or not, doesn't need to be known. How do we deal with this as a country on a healthy perspective and not let this utter violent division come in between families? And I mean, James, you and I, we see things different, but what I love about you and I is, man, we talk to the nth degree. We educate understand, and respect. That kind of leads me into Cisco MWE,
which
we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we will.
But, that educate, understand, and respect, man. I mean, James, what do you see from your perspective in your age group on what we're talking about? Because for us, it's uncomfortable. This is
very uncomfortable. Yeah, this was stuff we didn't talk about.
But when you and I talk about it, I can't say that I'm really uncomfortable talking with you about it. It's because we listen to each other.
Well, we basically have this mutual understanding that our friendship outshines somebody else's political agenda. I value your friendship, your family, and all that stuff over somebody else's political needs because, you're the one who affects me day by day. A president, it's over time kind of thing, which maybe through a curveball here, it always baffles me to a little extent of how the dictating the president is just an end-all, be-all kind of thing when the states and local governments is what affects you the most more than anything. But that's a whole different conversation on that one.
Yeah.
But
no, it's a great point.
You're right.
But that's the thing too, is that when I was being raised, religion and politics were kind of like tabooed conversations.
Absolutely.
Which it can be seen both ways, but for me, it didn't create the healthy conversations that we needed to have over time. Because it's been pent up for so long, it finally hit a boiling point for a situation like this that we have so much emotions built up that we didn't have the time to process, regurgitate, and talk about it. But same thing can be said for the other way, is that us not talking about it could be more healthier. But for me, as you and I work, Scott, it's just us having discussions. Not only it helps us grow, but it also expands our minds to understand the other side of the field. Because you and I have different opinions about certain aspects. We also still find the common ground.
We do.
Where we fight for the same goals.
And I tell you what, I got to give kudos to my brother, seriously. And he will vouch for me to the day I die. I was about as hardcore old school as you can imagine. By God, it was guns, God, and America.
Oh, I know.
When we first started, man.
Yep.
And me opening my mind to be quick to listen and chew on these things as me and James have grown together over the years. And man, it's been years. But for me to open up, and it's funny, James always says, Scott, you will be my golden star of where you were and where you are now. Because again, I was that old school mentality. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
But man, if you can't open your mind and have an adult, calm conversation, open your mind and respect and understand each other, man, boy, that's something that America don't have today, dude. We are divided utterly.
We need to have more acceptance and grace in the fact that you are totally within your right, your realm, everything to be passionately behind somebody, to
absolutely.
passionately believe it to the point where this is it. I believe this to my core. This is who I am. This represents it. You have the freedom to feel that and do that, but you also have to understand that the person next to you has that exact same right, and theirs might be a different point of view or anything. They are just as valid and just as firm and justifiable in having that as you are. And we have to, just because somebody completely sees things the other way, we can't wipe that out. We have to give that, look, that's everybody's right. But I liked it better when I didn't know everything, and when friendships and relationships weren't built on whether you were on the same team politically or not. That's why I've tried to keep, through 30 years on the radio, I never let it be known in any way which way I lean. I try to keep that to myself. People, honestly, would be shocked at many times at how I feel, because you think one thing, you can't judge a book by its cover. Just say that.
So with that being said, man, and I respect your point of view and everything else, tell me a little bit about your 30 years in radio and how maybe you weren't able to be you. Let's talk about the control.
There's
of the system, man.
No, you have to be smart when you are in the public eye. you have to be smart because, again, your job is to get people to like you.
Right.
And one of the quickest ways to get people not to like you is to disagree with them politically. Mm-hmm. So what would I ever have to gain in voicing my opinion on something? Right. If I am not pursuing office and trying to get elected, I am going to keep that to myself. Now, you want to come over and have a couple drinks and sit at my table and have some conversation?
Get her done.
Bring it on.
Get her done.
We can talk all night. But it is not my place to throw that out there.
Right.
People haven't followed me, tuned in, and gone to me because they want my political opinion.
Right.
They're coming for either a break for that or, there's enough of that. Everybody's given that. We've always tried to give something else with this, but this is not something we could go without talking about. This is in our blood right now. This is what's coursing through our nation and is going to be. This is not going to be a peaceful end in any way, no matter who ends up taking over, because there's already ugliness in it. Right. Now, we just need to, as we are still the people, we are the people. The government's the government, the election's the election. Let that play out the way it does. Let's get that herd immunity of the bullshit. All right? Let's get that as a group. Let's get together and get immune to all of that stuff and get back to the humanness that brought us all together in the first place.
Right.
Get back to that vibe. We are all under. You know what I want to do? I want to wave my American flag again without it being a political statement that I'm supporting a certain candidate.
Or the other, right?
Seriously. It is.
That's a great point, man.
I'll just say it that Trump followers have embraced that flag and waved that flag. And God bless the flag, but it's gotten to the point where if you see the American flag, that's the first thing you think.
It's Trump, yeah.
Is that's, and I want it to represent my country, not my leader.
Right.
That is not the flag of any particular person.
Sure,
that is our flag. No matter who our frickin' leader is, we are red, white, and blue. Wave it. Wave it, fly it, and let it mean what it means. It doesn't mean you support either candidate. It means you support our frickin' country.
Right.
So seriously. I want my flag back.
Said. Well said.
That's what I want more than anything. So, all right, enough about that. There'll be more to come as this is going to, unfortunately, this is going to come down to somebody in a black robe and a gavel. That's going to come down to figuring out what actually goes down when, again, there's a lot of negative we say about politics, but the one thing I want to say about this, we had record turnout for voting. More people are getting involved and caring. That's not huge. A bad thing.
That's huge. That's big medicine.
That is one of the beauties of this is what this is showing is that we as a nation really do care. We're vested and we want our voices heard and we're making sure that they are. So hats off to everybody who voted and went out and did it. You turned out in record numbers.
Yeah.
And again, whoever is declared the winner, you are my president. That's it.
All right.
You are my president, and I will fight for this country with you, no matter who it is. All right. There we go. Now, as we're all exhausted from that, I'm also exhausted because my grandson's home from school again. Now, anybody who has kids in school right now during this whole COVID situation, my grandson had gone to school and he was feeling great, feeling fine. But he's sitting in the classroom right as the principal is walking down the hall. He accidentally coughed.
No, he did not.
The principal heard it from the hallway, came rushing into the classroom to see who had coughed and sent him home immediately.
Are you kidding?
And this is not a knock on anybody in the education system at all. It just shows how difficult things are right now. To try
on top of
to try to do what is being mandated and trying to figure out what is right and what is wrong.
The struggle.
Because I know if I was a parent and I walked by and I heard a kid coughing in the class, my first thought would be, why is that kid here? So I get it.
Right.
I get it, but it's getting really complicated. And now he's at home again, and my fear is he knows the power of a cough. You know?
They didn't need a leg up.
No,
they did not need a leg
up. They did not. But I'm recovering from last night. We did what's going to be a new election day tradition where we made homemade egg rolls.
Right.
Where we just browned up all this pork and shrimp and celery and water chestnuts and mushrooms. And we made over 60 egg rolls. Wrapping these things up, rolling them, deep frying them, and drinking whiskey, and I think that's the American way. Making egg rolls and drinking Crown Royal. I think that's it.
No
but
doubt.
as we're doing it, we had talked, I think it was last week, we were talking about commercials that we liked.
Right.
It was a week or two ago. Anyway, we were, and one of them that we both like is the series from Progressive where they're teaching you how not to be your parents.
Yeah,
okay? This came to fruition in my own kitchen. We're sitting there cooking and drinking and stuff, and I can see that the neighbor on the other side of the fence is finally fixing his fence. It had fallen down, part of it had snapped down, and it was just hanging there.
Right.
And it had become a thoroughfare for rabbits.
Right.
Have been just coming through this opening, and we've been, God, should we just put a rope around it, pull it up and tie it to our tree so it holds up, which we had done in the past.
Right.
These people would never fix their fence. Well, finally the guy's out there and he's fixing it, and Kyla's going, oh, God, he isn't doing it like that, is he? Is he really going to use that? He needs me to go out there and help him. I said, Kyla, you are the Progressive commercial right now. He is trying to do his job, and you're going to
just let him do it.
Oh, that's it. I turn my back, boom, sliding glass doors over. She's in her apron, on her way down to the fence. She's got another piece of fencing for him, saying, I think this would work good.
And she smelled like egg roll.
And he's like, what a great idea. And he puts it up, and she comes up, and she's got this.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So not only do you got your kids who know the power of a cough, but now your wife has won.
She did the commercials. She turned into her parent and won. She got it. She got the fence put up the way she wanted it. So.
After this over, remind me to pray for you, brother.
Please do. And why didn't you before? That should be the first thing you do every morning.
I have been. I just didn't go into that sector of it.
I want to let's do it now. I'm going to jump into something
I know what you're bound to bounce.
Okay. First off, we usually do the band of the week where, I wear an artist t-shirt and we talk about them. I am wearing a Cadillac 3 t-shirt again, and they do have a brand new album called Tabasco and Sweet Tea.
Oh, that is
so good.
Yeah.
So good. I played you that. I was playing you some of that Sweet Southern Spirit,
on, man.
one of those
got
songs.
Soul. It's got funk. It's just down and dirty to your soul, man.
Do you like your country funky?
Oh, I like a country funky. Man.
Yeah. This is it. Cadillac 3, Tabasco and Sweet Tea. All right. Great album. But today, my artist of the week is sitting right across from me. Scott Cisco is my artist of the week this week.
Wait, what?
Because now everybody hopes to have their dreams come true at some time. You sit and you dream, and what do you do when your dreams come true? You dream bigger, I guess, is what happened. Because this is what, I had all these dreams in my life, CMA Awards, a Hall of Fame, all that. Those things happen. Yeah. And to get to experience that, and for people to see that, for, my family and friends to see me reach these milestones, these things are so exciting. Well, right now, Scott, how does it feel to have your dreams come true? Because we are launching. It is out there and ready for you right now. The website, Cisco MWE.
Come on, man.
Now, I'll spell it out for you. Cisco, Cisco MWE. The initials MWE stand for Modern Wildlife Education. Scott, from when I first knew you, it has been your dream and your passion to share your knowledge, to share what you know about wildlife with everybody.
Right.
And how do you do that? And we sat down, and James, the brain behind our whole operation, just had this idea for this website we need to create. And we have built this. We have spent the last year of our lives entrenched into creating Cisco MWE and waiting to get it just right so we can share it with you. Scott, the day has come, and Cisco MWE is alive and kicking. Why don't you tell us just a little? We'll talk about the website in depth, but how does this feel for you personally to reach this point, Scott?
You know, brother, this is huge, man. And let me tell you why, man. You guys know, and the people that know me close know that it has been my passion, my life, wildlife conservation, hunting, trapping, fishing, relocating. I mean, dude, it's always been my dream to be the Jacques Cousteau, the Steve Irwin. These people have driven me because it's their life. Nothing else matters. Politics. I can tell you, we've talked about politics this morning, but I got to be honest with you. I watched the numbers a little bit last night, but I'm more worried about my own.
I know.
Because of the wildlife conservation. We knew this was coming forth. We've been working through it. James has been showing us little tits and little tats of this, man. And, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm stoked. I hope people see and feel what we're trying to promote, man. And listen, this has been my dream, my passion, but it would be nothing without you two. It wouldn't be anything without you two, man. Straight up. There's no I in team. Never do I want this focus. I mean, we've had the conversations over and over. Dude, I don't want to be the expert. I don't want to be the know-it-all. But I'm starting to get and understand what you guys are saying, man. And if I can't take, James just created a file called Scott's Mind Dump. We were talking about before this. And he's taught me how to just voice it over and send it in because there's so much in here, man, that we've got to get out for the folks out there that's going to be live, man, that's going to help you understand what's in your backyard, what's on the trail, and what you can do to not only protect yourself, but to protect the wildlife. I'm sorry, I love people, I love two-legged wildlife, but my love's stronger for the four-legged.
No, I understand.
It's just the way it is, man.
I have gotten to watch over the last year this whole development and everything come to fruition, and I've gotten to experience for myself a quest for knowledge about wildlife that I never had before, a thirst for trying to figure out why things happen. My eyes have been open to my surroundings just around my home and wherever position I put myself in. I am so much more educated and aware of what's going on, which we all need to do. And there is a peace, a happiness, and a joy of being in touch with nature and being knowledgeable about it. Well, you may think, well, geez, I don't really know anything. I don't have any knowledge in that. How do I find out about it? How do I become knowledgeable? CiscoMWE.com. See, seriously. This is why the website was created, because Scott knows there are so many people like me who don't have a clue about what is going around their home and wonder, why do I have a mouse in here? Or why is there a snake here? Or, where are the rabbits coming from and why are they picking this place? And when you become aware of your surroundings, your habitat, and everything around you, things start to make sense and you empower yourself and you have more confidence because you have just learned something and you've learned a skill. You are giving people this opportunity to do that with the knowledge you're throwing out for free on Cisco MWE.
Saving
people
money, man.
Think you are flat out crazy.
They do.
For giving away the information you are giving away, because this is how you make a living.
Oh, buddy.
Is to come and share this expertise. Yeah. What Scott is doing with Cisco MWE is giving that knowledge to you to use for yourself.
Right. No, James has referred to it as the Penn and Teller.
The Penn and Teller effect, where they will tell you how the trick was done, but even though you know how it was done, there's still...
And that's why we went, and hats off to James, that modern wildlife education. Listen, these critters are evolving with us. As we consume more and more of this planet with roads and houses and grocery stores, listen, things are changing. I don't know it all, but I deal with it every day, and I'm watching this happen. And our goal is to bring it to you, the people. We're updating this every day. We're changing every day because we're in a world, as we know, that is changing every day.
Well,
Nothing's the same.
Let me take you through a little trip of what will happen when you go to CiscoMWE.com. All right? When you go there, you're going to find, say you want to know the latest on Colorado wildfires. Mm-hmm. You're going to find a story on that. Maybe we're going to have updated information on things that are happening in wildlife, things that are affecting maybe your area, your surrounding area. We're going to have that information on there. But say you're somebody who goes, geez, I have these squirrels. Squirrels are all, what could I do about squirrels? Right. You know what you can do? You can go to Cisco MWE. You click on animals. That is going to be right. It's one of the top things up there. You'll click there, and then something will drop down to give you your choice of raccoons, squirrels, bats, all these. You click on the specific animal you're wondering about. You're going to learn about their characteristics, their traits, their habitat, some tips on how you can deal with them. All of that right there. Different animal, different situation. Maybe you have tracks in your yard. I wonder what those are. You can compare them because we will have photos of different tracks of animals and tell you what it is you're dealing with.
It's your own safari. It's your own guidebook to the safari in your backyard.
It is. And what's going to be great about this is there's constantly going to be new content.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things you heard us talk about a lot over the last few weeks was a beaver relocation thing we were doing. We were doing a beaver relocation project, and it was such a treat to be a part of this. But what's even more a treat is to get to share it with you.
Right.
The video will be up there on the beaver relocation, right? I sat up with my grandson Xander last night, and I said, I want you to see what me, James, and Scott do for a living now. I want you to take a look at this. And this is a kid who spends hours and hours in front of YouTube all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And he sat down and was immersed.
No, seriously?
As soon as the water starts trickling, and there's a shot of Scott there telling what this is about, he was in. And he goes, I want to learn how to do this film editing stuff. Is what he was into.
Man.
But then he was entrenched with the sounds and the visions and the visualization of what we're showing in this relocation. And this is what makes us so proud is we're going to bring you we're going to bring you documentaries like this.
We're bringing it.
We're going to bring it to you. We're going to bring you the information. We're going to help you become one with your yard, with your outdoors. When you go for a hike, you know, you're going to be more prepared for what you may encounter. Say you are that person who's on that walk who gets followed by a cougar who's getting, looking at you. You know, Cisco MWE is actually going to have things that will help you. What if I'm in those situations? That is what this is all about. And Scott, I'm just so proud that this is out there and that we're finally tapping into your brain with all of this.
Well, and I'm proud that I can get some of it out. I'm so overloaded. I'm so full of good information.
Yes, that's what it is. Finally, it seeps out now and then.
It does, man. I am excited. I can't wait. You know, one of my favorite parts, and I want to know yours and James on this is, dude, when I'm in the front of the boat and the sun's going down and my arm goes up, dude, I want people to be in the boat with me. I want to take them in the boat. I want you to be there with us on every video we do. And that's our goal, is to bring you along so you can check this out and know that, guess what? This stuff really is happening today in your city.
Oh, it is. And this is, it's going to be so great. This is really going to be a great weapon for your home defense, is what I look at. It's going to do so many things. It's so, again, the mantra, educate, understand, respect. Yep. But this is really going to help. It's already helped me in educating me. And I just think of the average homeowner.
Right.
The amount of help that this website is going to offer them is absolutely immense. We go into things like many people have encountered where, you know, I've got a dead animal in my yard.
Yeah.
You know, how do I go about what are the proper ways to going about this? Is it just to get a shovel and throw it in the dumpster?
No, and there is a proper way to do it.
There is, and we go
vital
through
to
it.
Humans, yes. We go through it step by step.
Yes.
Step by step.
There are so many things in home defense I talked about. One thing I'm really excited for people to see is something called the Cisco barrier, which is something you really need to check out. If you are somebody who has a patio like I do or a deck, and it can be a haven for creatures to live underneath and create habitats underneath those things. There's actually a barrier that you can put up to prevent these things from happening. Right. And Scott walks you through it. It's something that he's created and walks you through it step by step so you can learn how to do things yourselves. We're putting the power in your hands.
Right.
With Cisco MWE. Now, it's not just a website. It's not just CiscoMWE.com. We, of course, are all over all major social media platforms. Facebook, Cisco MWE, Twitter, also Instagram. All of those we're going to be very active on. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to interact with us and for us to interact with you. We want this to be a two-way street.
Well, that's a good point.
At Cisco MWE.
There's blog on there too, right?
Oh, we're going to have.
They can reach out to us if there's something we don't go into or it's a unique situation, man. They can reach out.
If there's something,
full access,
it's going to be a great opportunity. If there's something you want to know more about or something we should be covering that we're not, you let us know. And this is a great two-way street that then we can take that.
We can run with help you.
Absolutely. What do you need help with? Exactly.
And it's important that we keep the wildlife conservation in mind, man. Listen, without these critters, man, I mean, we've got some serious things coming up, and it's not the left wing or the right wing. It is the murder hornets that, I mean, these are serious situations.
It's true.
We have the wolves, and we're going to be talking about that on the Cisco MWE,
we will. That,
man.
by the way, too close to call still on that voting.
Right.
Richard, you know, when that gets decided, we definitely will need to talk about that and from both sides.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely. I'm going to give them my opinion. I'm going to let them know what I know. We're going to go into the murder hornets and what we need to be doing about that. Listen, people don't realize, people want to vote things in for reasons of their own without fully understanding, educating, or understanding the situation at hand. Because there are pros and cons in everything we do. Everything we do. But we have to know the full spectrum of the pros and the full spectrum of the cons of something being reintroduced into our ecosystem before we just jump in and do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is vital, man.
No question. Now, James, hats off here. James is the one who does all the work on this website.
Oh, buddy.
Created this visually. When you looked at it from our day one outline of what we thought we were going to have to what it is now, right. James, I want you for just a second. This has to be this is a day of pride with as much work, sleepless nights, and months of effort that have gone into putting this together. How do you feel finally getting this thing launched,
and
brother?
Started off with just 1 year ago.
More exhausted. No, dude. I'm stoked. I'm excited. I mean, as you and I know, Scott, man, it's just you had abundant and continue to have abundant information in your head that this world just needs to know. It's just enlighten the world of just knowing what's out there.
Right.
Like wildlife is taking a back burner, which in this day and age we understand, but we definitely got to keep it in the forefront of things to make sure that it's not going to disappear because you choose to put it in the back burner of things. Right. And for us, man, it's just it's fun, and that's the thing people don't realize. Being wildlife, it's fun, it's great, and it's always my ambitions. That's where my creativity here, which I hope I enlighten you guys on, is it can be fun. It can be shown the epicness of what wildlife can be and what it's all about and stuff, dude. Right. Dude, for this to happen, man, it's just the exhaustion is just starting because of what's to come, and I'm excited about it. So hopefully Red Bull or Monster, if you guys can help us out with some sponsorship or something, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Well, we have spent months and months closing in on a year of just trying to get this rocket ship ready to go, and launch day is the most exciting time on something like this. So happy launch day to both of you, and to everyone. CiscoMWE.com. It's live. It's happening. It is there.
Here we go.
Go to it. Lock it in. Bookmark it. Right. The mobile is absolutely fantastic as well. Right. It's available on your mobile device as well, anywhere that you normally look things up. Cisco MWE is going to be there. It's going to be growing. You will find anything from, what was that sound? listen to the different sounds we have on there, and you might be able to notice and detect what it was that's out there. It is endless what we're going to be able to do with this, but we have now started. We've teased you with it forever, but Cisco MWE live, and we are very, very proud of it. So please get there and check it out.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to the feedback, man. Positive and negative. I love you anyway. Let me know, man. I want to know.
I'm not looking forward to negative. I never have. But
I love you, man.
That's it.
I love you, man.
But hey, the votes have been counted, and Cisco MWE is what people have been asking for. So we're bringing it.
That's right.
It's there. The winner has been chosen. It's Scott Cisco and Cisco MWE. When you are looking for the answer to your wildlife questions, troubles you may have around the home, or just need to educate yourself, you now have a home that is going to answer all those questions for you.
That's right.
And as we said before, if there's questions that are unanswered, let us know, and we'll find a way to answer them for you. But happy launch day, guys. I'm thrilled. I'm tickled.
Buddy.
We've waited for this day for a long time, but we appreciate you listening to the Mike and the Mountain. Yeah. This is all intertwined.
We're all together.
We're all together in one entity. But I thank you for making the Mike and the Mountain a success and following us. And now we ask you to follow Cisco MWE, follow it on Facebook, follow it everywhere that you're going to see it, because you're going to have YouTube videos popping up all over the place of just incredible content and great outdoor adventure that we want to share with you. So big day for us. Please check it out. It would mean the world to us. Again, thanks for listening to the Mike and the Mountain. Now get to that computer and get to Cisco MWE. Congratulations, guys. It's launch day.
We're there.
We're there.
We're there.
Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace out. We're all in this together.
We are all in this together.
How many times have you heard that?
Look, we can't do anything about mankind, peace, and harmony, but we can bring the harmony with the wildlife that it was our mission at the beginning to do this. And now here it is.
We need the people that believe to get on board with us and help us make a difference for wildlife conservation.
James needs Red Bull.